And here are the categories for you. Civil servants, stamps from around the world, mothers and sons, beer, bar trivia, and finally, celibacy. If you want to phone talk backstage,
This has got to be Mr. Claven's dream boy.
Sure, he's home free, as long as he doesn't get too cocky.
Cliff, could I get you to pick a category and an amount?
Why don't you go ahead and pick anyone you want? I mean, I am feeling lucky today. Whoa!
Hello YouTube, this is Taylor with CliffsOfClaven, and I'm bringing you our 13th consecutive war win, and we barely squeaked this one out. In the last seconds, literally the last 10 seconds of war, we got the extra star for the win, so a very close war. Over on their side, they used all but one attack, and so did we. We had one guy who only attacked one time, but don't worry, we have removed him from the clan, and also we have people on the way to his house right now to punish him physically as well. On their side, they had a couple of 3 stars, mostly a 2-star clan, but they got 4 3 stars. These were mostly dip attacks, and took them several tries to get the 3 stars, so good job to our guys for making some tough bases. Over on their side, they did the same thing. This is maybe the most trouble we've ever had getting their bases 3-starred. You can see we have 3 Town Hall 9s that we did not get the 3-star on, which is pretty unusual for us. We're usually able to accidentally get 3 stars on all of their Town Hall 9s. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the attack that came in the last 10 seconds of war that won it for us, and this is from Ryder. And Ryder is going in on their number 4 using a GoLavaLoon. Pretty common attack for Ryder. He's going to actually open up a big chunk of this base with these quakes. He brings 2 golems of his own and then a golem in CC. And when we were watching this attack live, by the way, everybody was watching this attack on our side and their side. I had a huge number of spectators. I thought that 3 golems was a bad idea. It's like 3 golems, there's no way he's going to have enough space left for his air attack. You can see he's only got 2 level 2 lava hounds and 14 balloons. And I was thinking, well, this is a mistake and we're going to lose the war. We were tied whenever he did this attack, and we were down on percentage. So he had to get the 3-star or we lose the war. Lava Hound and CC that the Queen unfortunately is going to get locked onto, which means it is a long time before she takes down this second air defense that he was shooting for. And he knew there was a Lava Hound in the CC, but he went ahead and sent in the Queen after the Lava Hound anyway, because this is Clavens and we're not too bright. So the Hound's going to go down, those pups are going to do quite a bit of damage to his wizards, but eventually that Queen is going to lock onto the air defense and take it down. She takes a shot, takes out a couple of Lava Hounds, takes another shot, takes out a couple of Lava, not Hounds, pups, takes out a couple of pups, and eventually she does take down all those Lava pups, which is good news, because if she hadn't, this attack would have been pretty screwed. The golems in there, he's got 2 golems right in the same spot that are doing quite a bit of tanking. He's going to pop the Queen's ability in just a second, and those golems actually end up helping him quite a bit because the Queen is going to route around the top following those golems, and he's going to get a lot of value for that Queen. She was almost dead, but because he brought so many golems, it actually ends up working out okay for him. He's got the balloons and the hounds ranged up. He has 1 hound for each air defense, but the air defenses were so close to the edge that those hounds are able to get it done. And the balloons, you can see, have already taken down both of the air defenses. There's still a few point defense left, but the golems are tanking for them. That cannon and the Tesla that the Queen just took down were both being tanked for by the golems. So the Queen is going to take down this cannon. That was the last defense, but you can see there's a bunch of cleanup left. And if you've ever shouted at your iPad at the end of a war attack because it was so close on time, that was us during this attack. He's got pups all over the place, but came down to the last few seconds and just barely gets the 3-star. In time. So well done to Ryder. That was the winning attack and had us on the edge of our seats up until the very end because he attacked literally with 10 seconds left in the war. Alright, let's jump down a few spots and take a look at Oz going in at number 7, and Oz is doing the Clavens special, aka Mass Valks and 4 heals. And I really like this attack because Oz only uses a couple of giants and a golem to create his funnel. And that Troll Tesla pops up and actually takes out his giants and takes out a few of his wizards too. Whoops. Takes out a few of his wizards too before they finally get that Tesla down. This is one of the best uses of the haste spell I've ever seen Oz use. Oz uses haste a whole bunch. And I usually don't think haste is worth it, but in that case it really was. Just sort of speed the Valk through. And you can see he's got a pretty good anti-Valk CC. He's got a couple of balloons and a dragon in there, but if you put a poison on those troops and keep your Valks in heal, they can survive that CC, and it's going to give the Queen time to come behind him and take him out. Now the dragon does get off a few shots on his Valks, but they're in heal, so it doesn't hurt too bad, and the Queen will eventually get back around and take out the dragon, and also she's going to get the balloon eventually. Balloon's less of a problem for Valks because Valks are faster than the balloons are, but that dragon definitely a problem. And the balloon's going to take out a few of his troops, but the queen does eventually latch on there. And you can see Oz has gotten kind of lucky with the spread here. He's got a Valk down here that's doing some tanking so that these wizards can come along behind and take care of some of these buildings. And then up on the top, that's where the bulk of his force is. And the queen is doing quite a bit of work up here. The queen's going to take down almost all of these defenses. That archer tower does retarget on the valks, and that allows the queen, even though she's almost dead, to swoop in there and take it down. That's sort of a swag heal there. He definitely did not need the heal, and you can see that pretty much everything is down. It's just cleanup time, and he's got plenty of time and plenty of troops left to do it. Luckily, that queen stayed alive, and that is all he needs to get the 3-star, so well done to Oz. Okay, let's move down to number 8, and we're going to take a look at Bond, showing us our better lucky than good attack for the war. And Bond is also doing mass valks. However, he does not make a very good funnel. I think he gets kind of lucky with the funnel. He's got 3 golems, which is really excessive for valks. The valks are so much faster than the golems that they don't do a whole lot outside of helping you make the funnel, and he doesn't make a very big funnel. He's got some wizards going there, but he didn't give the wizards really enough time to make the funnel, but he does get kind of lucky that the valks head straight for that dark elixir storage, and then he's going to send the heroes in right behind it. Now, this guy has the same CC as the one that Oz attacked, the dragon in the clan castle, and Bond is going to drop the heal and the poison. But unfortunately, this dragon right here is not going to go down. His queen is too far away to come over and really help with the dragon before it roasts most of his valks. So you can see his valks are just getting absolutely obliterated right there. The heal wears off, and once the heal wears off, they're toast. Springtrap gets 1 or 2 of them, and the dragon's going to take out most of the rest before the queen gets over there. So not too many valks left, and looks like maybe he's got 1 valk over there. And over here, he's got a big group of wizards and a couple of valks. That golem that he has is going to do some tanking, and that golem right there is actually going to come back at the end of the war, or end of the attack, and actually win the attack for him, that golem. So over here, the queen and that golemite are going to do the best they can, but his queen has a lot of work left to do, and you can see that this Valk right here is being targeted by a couple of defenses, and so is his king. That Valk's actually going to end up going down, and once it does, there won't be very much tanking left for these wizards, and the wizards are going to slowly go down as well. They are going to break in on this wall, and they are going to get one of those archer towers that is targeting his king right now, but then the wizard tower is going to turn around and take care of him. And his king goes down, his barbarians are about to go down, and all he's going to be left with is an almost dead queen and this golem. Now, the queen's pathing, this is a miracle that this worked out. The queen is actually going to come over and clear out these trash buildings over here on the side, away from these defenses, and that is going to give this golem enough time to break through the wall, walk all the way around, and start tanking for these defenses right about the time the queen gets over there. So we're going to fast forward because it does take a little while. You can see there the golem is going through the wall. The queen is going to get over on that army camp, and she's going to beat through the wall, and that is just enough time for this golem to get into range and start tanking for these defenses. And the golem's going to beat on that wizard tower and take it down, and then the queen's going to come up behind and take care of the archer tower. So extremely lucky attack from Mr. 007 agent. 2 minutes and 55 seconds on that attack. He barely got it. Okay, and the last one we're going to look at is number 9. This is Joel. This was the second to last attack that tied things up for us, and Joel is using a GoVaHo. And he's got 14 Valks, so pretty heavy on the Valks. Not too many hogs, those are basically just cleanup hogs, but he uses them pretty well at the end to get the 3-star. Making a real wide funnel with these wizards so that the Valks go exactly where he wants them to. He ends up using a jump in kind of a weird spot right there. It's an unusual jump spell in my opinion, but it gets the job done. That those Valks are going to go in and start cleaning out some of these defenses. This is a real stupid clan castle. The guy has 3 baby dragons. 1 baby dragon is fantastic. 3 baby dragons is dumb because the baby dragons don't get the rage ability unless they're the only flying unit, and you can see right there he had 3 of them, and by the time 2 of them went down, the 3rd one was pretty much dead anyway, so he got about a quarter of a second worth of that rage ability before it went down. So pretty dumb clan castle. It's really the sort of thing I'd expect to see from our clan, but I guess every clan has some idiots in it. He's got the heal spells pretty much covering that bottom part. Now, I think he was late on his hogs here. I think he should have brought his hogs in a lot earlier while the cannon and the wizard were targeting those Valks. He could have been much earlier with the hogs and probably saved himself a few Valks, but it doesn't matter. He gets the job done anyway. Those hogs are going to take out that wizard tower, and then they're going to kind of come down here to where this golem and his king and valks are tanking and take out the rest of these defenses. Last heal right there. Not sure that heal was needed, but better safe than sorry. And that is going to be the last of the defenses, and then all that's left over is cleanup. So good job, Joel, shooting high, taking out their number 9, the Claven way. All right, so well done to everybody at CliffsOfClaven. I say that mostly out of habit rather than thinking that this was actually a good war, because this is pretty bad for us, honestly, to leave these 3 Town Hall 9s un-3-starred, and I think we just got kind of cocky. Like, we had people looting their number 1 in the first 3 hours of the war. There were people attacking their number 1 just for loot. So we got a little bit cocky on our win streak, and hopefully the closeness of this war convinces everybody not to do that, although it seems kind of unlikely based on the quality of our clan. It seems like maybe this is going to encourage everybody to go ahead and just loot early and we'll win anyway. But congratulations to everybody at Clavens for getting the win, and good job to everybody at ProjectMayhem for giving us a run for our money, and thank you all for watching. Until next time, I will be back with the next war recap to bring you more accidental 3 stars.